Hello. Happy 3 o'clock, everybody. Welcome to the 3 to 4 live Baldwin Beauty Schools on this beautiful day, June 1st. It's 3 o'clock. Hi, Hannah Broadway. Hi, Mary Helen. Hello, Chloe. Jessica Cardenas. Taylor, Sydney Iwabuchi, Marabella, Stephanie Shealy. Welcome, you guys, to Maya. Aw, I miss you too, Sydney. You guys, welcome back. Hope you had a great lunch and were able to get out and enjoy the clouds now. It was sunny outside, now it's the clouds. So while you guys clock in, Armenia Hurtado, Barbie, hi Barbie. I'm gonna let you guys take just a few minutes to clock in, and then we're gonna do a little Q&A, just to review over our chapter of Salon Ecology. If you were not able to join into the lives from 9 to 10 or 12 to 1, that's perfectly fine. You can always go back and replay those videos, get the notes, and your assignment will be due today at 5. You're going to turn that in to the Baldwin Beauty School link, assignments for assignments, and make sure that you put your name first and last and the school that you are from when you time in. Also, whenever you time out at the end of our lives, make sure you do that. You don't have to put your full name, but your first name with your last initial will suffice. Again, want to say hello to our brand new babies that are starting with us, and that would be Molly, Reagan, and Mercedes. Yes. So hopefully you guys are joining us. Welcome. Hi, Barbie. Hi, Yasmin. Chandler Porter's in the house. Victoria Pierce. Good to see you guys. Valeria de los Santos. Hi, Molly. Kiara Marlowe. Hi, Kiara. Hi, you guys. I'm going to say hello. Hello, everyone. So happy to have you all. Hey, McD. And there's Mercedes. Hi. So those of you that are new to our online learning or distance learning, please make sure that you understand that any classes that you miss or are late to, you don't have to worry about missing or getting in trouble or any of that. You can always just rewatch our lives. You can always go back and rewind and take the notes. Feel free to ask questions in the live chat box. We also like your participation. Helps us to kind of gauge and see everybody who is paying attention. Those of you that have been on distance learning, you know the drill. You know that you're supposed to participate. Also, even if you don't have the notes, you can also follow along with your books or any materials that you have. This is Salon Ecology Part 3. We're going to just do a little Q&A, just a little review to make sure those of you that missed out get an idea of what we learned so far. So I'm going to give you guys another minute or so to get settled. You might want to grab pen and paper while or something cold to drink. I have ice water. I love ice water, so I am trying to stay on the cool side. Hi, Faith. Hey, Brianna. Hi, Kayla. Sam Slottish, Monica. It's good to see some of you guys. I haven't been on live for a while. I've been back in the building. So those of you that are brand new students who haven't gone into the building yet, can't wait to meet you and see you guys, see your hands on work. All right. So let me get my notes. And we're just going to do some, I did a lot of notes. So let's do some Q&A in the live chat. So this part of the lesson for today, you are not going to take notes. I've given you all the notes. We're going to do a Q&A to see if you guys are paying attention or not. I'm just going to go over some Q&A, some questions to make sure that you guys have most of the notes. It's going to be strictly over the live, and so feel free to just answer in the live chat. Alana's in the house. She's welcoming all the brand new students. Alexia Lazo is here. So I'm just going to mix it up a little bit so you don't have to worry about turning this part in. You will have an assignment. If you haven't already received your assignment, you can go into your email, and then there's a link, and you can just upload that link. There was YouTube videos that you were supposed to watch on OSHA, which is what we're going to start with. And I'm going to get some feedback from you guys because I like to see how your participation is going. I've changed into a long sleeve shirt. I got a little bit chilly. I have the AC cranked down because it was hot earlier and now I'm cold. So I go back and forth. All right. So what I'd like to do is I'd like to start off by giving you guys a chance to type in your answers for the videos, the OSHA videos. You were given a link, you were given videos to watch, and your takeaway from that is very important. It doesn't have to be a long, drawn out answer, but give me the gist of what you took away from those videos. If you haven't had a chance to watch the videos, that's perfectly fine. You can always go back and watch the videos and rewatch over and over. But what I'd like to get started with is just for the people that are new and the people that are just joining in. Again, what is the definition of OSHA? What does it stand for? OSHA. Mercedes, if you didn't get to watch them, the videos should be uploaded now. So if you want to just check your email again, you can always look at those over again. And again, if you don't have it already, it's no big deal. We're just doing a little fun Q&A. We're going to talk about OSHA and what it means. OSHA stands for Occupational Safety. What? And Health Administration. Very good, Stephanie. Yes, that's what it stands for. And what does it govern? What does OSHA do for us? What does it govern? Why do we need OSHA? You guys are correct. Brianna S. Matabella, why do we need OSHA? OSHA is just not just the Occupational Safety and Health Administration, but why do we need OSHA in our lives? Being estheticians or nail technicians or cosmetologists. What is the importance? Mercedes says cover safety in the workplace. Very good definition, Mercedes. Okay. Stephanie says to ensure the safety of workers. Very good. Yes. Jessica Cardenas, safety in the workplace and for employees and customers. Yes. Safety in the workplace. And we need safety in the workplace. We need to adhere to certain standards because of the type of bacteria, the type of chemicals, the type of everything we do that's part of our job, which could be considered hazardous in some instances. So OSHA is that entity that governs that. Implements safety in the workplace. Yes. Requires employers to establish a safe working environment for employees. This is to make sure that every salon, that every spa, that every med spa is adhering to those standards. And that's making sure that we properly sanitize, making sure that we use the right disinfectants, making sure that we, wear safety goggles if we need them for our job. So that's what OSHA does. Very good. Yes. It just showed the live video. Okay. Mallory says it just showed the live video. If you weren't able to upload it, or if it was just a live video, all you have to do is watch. You don't really have to worry about using that as it's part of your grade to just watch and have access to the videos. Very good. So we know OSHA stands for Occupational Safety and Health Administration. Okay. Now, what is EPA? EPA. What does it stand for? EPA. Environmental Protection Agency. All right. In your EPA, we have EPA registered hospital grade disinfectant solution. EPA registered disinfectant solution. Environmental Protection Agency. What does that do? What does that govern? How are they important to us? Yes. Environmental Protection Agency. How is the EPA important to us? Or why is it important to have an EPA registered disinfectant solution? In a nutshell, why? Okay. Mary Helen says what the license holder can perform. Mallory says protect the environment from what? All right, Mallory, you're on the right path. Protects the environment from pollutants. Okay. Ecology conducted. Right. My Environmental Protection Agency. So the Environmental Protection Agency governs the types of disinfectants that are a certain grade or a certain efficacy that we are allowed to use in salons, in hospitals, in spa setting, in our daily work. We have to use a certain type of grade of a disinfectant to make sure that it's strong enough to kill off certain bacteria. So the EPA governs those products to make sure that they are safe to use, that we use them properly, that we know what's in them, that we know the proper mixing. Again, those of you that are not that are students that have never mixed EPA or a barbicide or bactericide, there's a certain ratio of water to concentrate. And you're always supposed to put the water in first and then add the concentrate, not the other way around. Okay. Destroys the efficacy. Mallory Harvard said protects the environment from, yes. And it's the same people that say yes when you change your oil. You can't just dump your oil in the yard. You have to dispose of it properly. So yes. Very good. Hi, Christy. Pollutants. All right, let's talk about the 3 levels of decontamination. In order, give me the 3 levels of decontamination. 3 levels. In order, go. Not their definitions, just the levels of decontamination. We'll go over the definition the next question. 3 levels of decontamination. What are they? 3 levels. Sanitation, disinfection, sterilization. Yes, Taylor. Cleaning, disinfection, sterilization. Very good. All right, McD. Okay. Sam Slottish. Disinfect, sanitize, sterilize. Okay, Sam. Sanitize, disinfection, sterilization. Reagan, cleaning, disinfect. Yes. Y'all got it. Excellent. So in the order, sanitation, which is cleaning, washing your hands, okay? Wiping off a surface, removing visible debris, all right? That is sanitation or cleaning. What is disinfecting? Disinfecting, a little bit different. Second level of decontamination. What is it? Disinfecting. What does it do? This is fun because I get to see y'all's answers. So we have the 3 levels of decontamination: cleaning or sanitation, disinfection. You're going to give me the definition of disinfection. What is it? Jessica Cardenas says removes bacteria. Yes. Correct, Jessica. Kills contaminants. Okay. Kills all organisms except spores. All right, Marabella. You're listening. Yes, to remove bacteria. This is removes or kills, okay, destroys contaminants and bacteria on a surface. So that's the second stage. Sterilization is the process that completely destroys all bacteria, including spores. Very, very good. All right. Next question. What is acquired immunity? There's types of immunity, 2 types. There's natural and acquired. What is the definition of acquired immunity? You guys are good. Kill bacteria. Mary Helen says developed after overcoming a disease of inoculation. Okay, good answer. Acquired immunity. Victoria says gained after recovering. Good definition. Faith says developed after overcoming a disease or inoculation. Very good. Sam, immunity that you get from genetics or already having been sick. Very good. Correct. Molly says immunity is developed after overcoming a disease. Very good. So an example of that would be if you were to contract a disease, say a cold, okay, a certain strain of bacteria, your body will build up antibodies to fight it off naturally. So that's an acquired immunity. You can also get it through inoculations like a flu vaccine. And it's also made by constant exposure to a certain allergy. For instance, if you are exposed to pollen all the time, because you live in Texas, we live in Texas, it's everywhere. So what happens is your body builds up a natural immunity to it, so you don't suffer the side effects like the sneezing and the hay fever and the itchy eyes. Okay? So an acquired immunity is immunity that is developed after overcoming a disease or through inoculation. Very good. What is natural immunity? Natural immunity. So we talked about acquired. This is natural. Give me the definition. It's 2 parts of it. Two parts of natural immunity. Mary Helen, partly inherited, partly developed, healthy lifestyle. Very good. All right. You guys are on point today. That's okay, Lauren. Welcome. Okay. Natural immunity, partly inherited and partly developed through healthy living. Yes, yes, yes. Awesome. All right. Let's mix this up a little bit and make y'all work. What is the initial first defense? What is the first defense of infection control? Said that probably about 5 times in my videos. The first defense of infection control is what? Hand washing. Y'all paid attention. Very good. Hand washing. Washing your hands. First line of defense, you guys. I'm sorry, if you don't wash your hands and you touch a surface, even cleaning it, still infecting it. Hand washing. Very good. All right. Okay, next one is a little bit harder. You're going to have to type a little bit, so exercise your fingers. Okay, give me the difference between virus and bacteria. So give me, what is the difference between a virus and bacteria? And go. Difference between a virus and bacteria. What are the differences? Love watching y'all's answers on the live. Give me the difference. Doesn't have to be a long. Lauren G says a virus needs a host. All right. And what about bacteria? Mary Helen, viruses need a host. Bacteria reproduces on its own. All right, Mary Helen. Girl, you go. All right, Mercedes, virus needs a host to live. Bacteria can multiply on its own. Very good, Lauren. Excellent. Yes, 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 yes. Excellent. All right, Jessica Cardenas, virus needs a host to reproduce, and bacteria reproduces alone. True words. Okay, very good. Because remember, viruses need a host. So any type of virus is going to attach itself to your cells. Okay, and the only way it can survive is through your cells, a living host. Whereas bacteria can live on a surface and just lie dormant and stay there until someone picks it up. Excellent. Very good. All right, McD. Give me an example of a blood-borne pathogen. Give me an example of a blood-borne pathogen. You can just name out one of those diseases that is blood-borne or a pathogen that is blood-borne. So we think of microorganisms, blood-borne pathogens. They are carried through the blood or by bodily fluids. Give me an example. AIDS, HIV. Very good. All right, Sam. HIV, AIDS. What else? Hepatitis is another one. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Very good. And you guys, bloodborne pathogens can be passed on through bodily fluids, through blood, through hepatitis. All right, Jessica. Excellent. You guys are so smart. All right, next question. What bacteria causes pneumonia? What bacteria causes pneumonia? Give y'all a minute to think that one over. It's in your notes. What bacteria causes pneumonia? Coxy. Yay. Good job. Okay, excellent. Coxy is also responsible for a lot of other um, bacterial inflammations. And just for those of you, for your knowledge, pneumonia is a lung inflammation caused by a bacterial infection in which the air sacs fill with pus. The air sacs in your lungs actually fill up with pus, and that's what the coughing comes from and the mucus comes from. And over time, they solidify. So that's why it's so, so important that if you contract pneumonia, that you get medical assistance or that you get some kind of doctor's appointment, even if it's over the phone. Nowadays, we have to do everything over the phone, but it is a serious, serious condition that can be contagious. All right, nowadays, anything that's respiratory related, we want to make sure that we're taking care of ourselves. All right. Let's talk about the type of disinfectants. There's two. Gave you in the notes earlier today. There are two types of disinfectants. What are they? Two types. Two main types that we have to use in the school or in Salon. Hospital grade. All right, Lauren. What's the other one? Hospital grade and wow. Okay. EPA and hospital grade. There's two. There's hospital grade disinfectant, which destroy certain type of pathogens. Come on, you guys. Y'all know. Come on, you know. Hospital grade and you can just say one of the words. Bactericides, okay. Bactericidals, I'll accept that one. Hospital grades and tuberculocidal. All right, Chloe. Yes, tuberculocidal, barbicides. So hospital grade solutions and tuberculocidal disinfectants. We also have the fungicidals, the pseudomonacidals, okay? But the two main ones that we have to make sure that we use are the tuberculocidal and the hospital grade. So the hospital grade disinfectant is effective for cleaning or killing, destroying what kind of bacteria from where. So hospital grade disinfectants are effective for what? We want to see y'all's answers. Hospital disinfectants are effective for when you use them. Blood and bodily fluids. Yes. Excellent. Good, 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 Chloe. Very good, Mary Helen. Okay, hospital grade disinfectants are effective for cleaning blood and bodily fluids. They control the spread of bloodborne pathogens. So that's why they are hospital grade. Wonderful. All right. Next question. What is a parasite? Definition. What is a parasite? Definition. Parasite is, good job, Molly. What is a parasite? Victoria appears an organism that that attaches to a host to reproduce and live. Ooh, good definition, girl. Excellent. All right. Sam Slottish, an organism that needs a host to survive. Y'all are on point today. Look at you. Wonderful. Organisms that live off other organisms. Good job, Reagan. Attached to a host or other yes. Valerie De Los Santos. Valeria, Jessica, Chloe, excellent. Chandler P says organisms that grow, feed, and shelter on or in another organism must have a host to survive. Yes. Parasite. They feed, they live, they shelter themselves, grow on another living organism or a host. All right. And they don't contribute anything to that host. They just take from it. Excellent. There are two types of parasites. What are they? Two types of parasites that you can acquire. A moocher. Monica H, that's what they are. Totally moochers. Okay. Parasites. External and internal. Very good. Excellent. Two types of parasites. External parasites. Okay. Those are the ones that affect humans on their skin, like ticks or fleas or itch mites, anything that lives off of our outer being. And the internal can be acquired by eating undercooked meat or fish. Yes, like salmonella. All right. Very good. All right. This one's a little bit harder. I'm going to ask you what the definition of binary fission is. What is binary fission? Binary fission. What is that also called? I didn't write it down, but I talked about it a little bit. Binary fission. What is that? Bacterial reproduction. All right. Good job, Jessica. Mary Helen. Binary fission is how bacteria grow, how they reproduce, um, in that growth cycle. So binary fission is the reproduction of bacteria and invades. Yes, Jessica. Okay. What is biofilm? Biofilm. What is the definition of biofilm? You guys are correct. Good participation. I appreciate your participation. Type of slime created. Oh, Jessica Cardenas. Mary Helen says a type of slime that is created when a bacterial colony and water are present. Very good. Slime created by bacteria. Biofilm is a type of slime that is created when a colony of bacteria are present in water. And usually it's in the mouth or on the teeth. You can feel it if you run your fingers. Yes. Yes. So, in order to break up that biofilm, you have to use toothpaste and water to wet your mouth, and then the toothpaste to break it up, and then mouthwash. So, that's why we don't just use mouthwash. Very good. Okay. There are four things that I gave you, four reasons or four culprits. Um, these organisms can cause infectious disease. Okay. So there were four things that I gave you that we need to protect ourselves against when we are thinking about salon ecology. So there are four things, okay, that cause infectious disease in us and our clients if they are passed on to us. What are they? Bacteria, viruses, fungus, and parasites. Jessica Cardenas, you are a brainiac. Very good. Mercedes, correct. Bacteria, virus, fungi, and parasites. We got to look for all of those every single time we service a patron. Okay, nail techs, you guys have to be aware of nail fungus. Any type of discoloration, any type of uh, presence in the nail that seems irregular, you need to look for it. Very good. Cosmetologists, you need to look for those parasites like lice or the nits in the on the scalp, on the hair shaft. You have to look for those. Excellent. What does communicable mean? What is the definition of communicable? What does it mean? It's a long, little, nice word. If something is communicable, contagious. All right, Victoria. McD says scientific comb. Yes, scientific brushing, checking, all of that. Contagious. Yes, communicable is contagious or spread from one person to another easily. Contagious. All right. The two types of bacteria. Two types of bacteria. Go. Two types of bacteria. I gave them to you. You will know them by the end of this chapter. You will know what pathogenic and non-pathogenic bacteria. All right. Very good. Pathogenic and non-pathogenic. Excellent. Monica, Maribella, Jessica, Chloe. All right. Which one is harmful to us? Which one is harmful? Pathogenic or non-pathogenic bacteria? Yes. All right. Pathogenic bacteria is the harmful bacteria. These cause disease and infection in humans. Non-pathogenic, non-harmful. These are harmless organisms. They may be useful and they have functions that actually help us. Very good. All right. What are the three groups of cocci? There's three groupings. And you don't have to spell it correctly. I just need the three groupings that I gave you in your notes before. There are three groupings or three classes of cocci. What are they? Monica H. She's like abbreviating. All right, Monica, you go, girl. Staph Diplo Strep. Sounds like a rap group. All right, Chloe. Staphylococci, streptococci, and diplococci. Monica, yes, girl, you go. You guys are awesome. Very good. Staph, strep, diplo. Very good. So those are the three groups of cocci. Staphylococci, it's bacteria that grows in clusters like grapes. Okay, these cause abscess and pus, boils. Strep is pus forming or streptococci, bacteria arranged in a curved line resembling a string of beads. And then diplococci are the spherical bacteria that grow in pairs and they cause pneumonia. Y'all are funny. All right. So bacteria has two stages of growth and reproduction, or two stages that it lives in. So bacteria have two stages. What are they? What are the two stages of bacteria growth and reproduction? Active and inactive. All right, Monica, you go. Correct. Active and inactive. And the inactive stage is also called another name. What is it? Active and inactive. Yes. Spore forming. All right, Chloe. That's the inactive stage. Very good. So bacteria has two stages. Active stage is when it grows and reproduces and multiplies in favorable conditions. So that is the living stage. And the inactive is also called spore forming. And that is when the bacteria actually rest and they lie in wait. They form spores, which is a wax-like covering, and the only thing that can get rid of the spores is sterilization. Very good. All right, let's talk about how bacteria is spread. How these types of bacteria, bacilli, cocci, how do we spread those? There are certain ways that we spread them on a day-to-day, not just in our work environment, but at home, in our daily lives. Very good. Dirty hands. Mary Helen says, dirty hands, give me some more. That's one of the main ways because we do everything with our hands. We sneeze, we rub our eyes, we touch items. Jessica Cardina says, open sore wounds, blood spills, contaminated tools. Yes. Sam says, coughing. Oh, yes. Infected, dirty nails. Mercedes, uncovered sneezes and coughs. Yep. Yep. Open sores, spitting in public. Yes, Jessica. One of the grossest things ever. Yes. Mary Helen says uncovered coughing and sneezing, blood spill, sharing food and drinks through coughing and sneezing, open wounds. Yes, it is gross. I know, Sam, when you think about it, I want you to go back into your lives after this live and watch people when you go back to work or when you go back to school. Watch people who do these things and they don't think anything of it and they don't sanitize or they don't clean. I do not like when I see people spitting in public. That is one of the grossest things. Yeah, don't share drinks with your kids. Good idea, Sam. And you know, people say, "Oh, it's my kids." It's not. No, I get it, but times have changed. Okay, don't eat after someone on the same utensil. Don't drink after them. Doesn't matter how clean you think they are. Just don't. Don't share makeup. Don't share toothbrushes, um, stuff like that. Hepatitis can be spread by using somebody's razor. Like if your husband or your boyfriend grabs your razor that you use to shave your legs and shaves his face with it. So it's kind of gross, right? When you think about it. Give me some other contaminated implements, open source, pus, mouth and nose discharges. Okay, it's another thing. What if somebody bleeds? What if you accidentally nick somebody's cuticles in text and they start bleeding? So now you've could yes, Victoria Pierce says sex. Yes. It's a great way to spread disease. Sydney said yuck. It is, it's gross. And that's why when I see people that don't have a problem, like if somebody says, "Here, taste my smoothie, it's delicious," and they hand me the whole drink with the straw and everything, it's like, I love you, but no, not gonna drink after you. Not. And people think, "Bah, the cold will kill the germs, the heat will kill the germs." No, not in this case. So do not share your drinks or food with people. Okay? Yeah. The numbers were disgusting. There are a lot of people that don't wash their hands, but the first thing they do is they want to hug you or touch your face or shake your hand or something like that. Okay? Also remember you guys, most disease or most bacteria is spread through dirty nails and dirty hands. So if you wear nails, if you wear any type of nail addition, nail enhancement, like an acrylic, even if they're short, you make sure you clean under those nails. All right. Lauren says, I heard purses. Oh, store the, yes, purses, keyboards. Okay. If you have a computer or a computer keyboard at work, phones, the end of the phone that you speak into is pretty gross. Thank God for the masks. If you guys aren't wearing your masks, please get in the habit of doing it. I know it's uncomfortable. A lot of people complain about what it does to the back of your ear, but it is so, so necessary to wear your mask and make sure your client is wearing their mask if you are back in school. Okay. All righty. Let me ask you this question. Which bacteria, since we're on the subject of grossness and bacteria, which bacteria causes syphilis? Which bacteria causes syphilis? Mary Helen, and if you even touch it, I'll scream, dirty, dirty. We should have a code word. Dirty, dirty. All right, Chloe's correct. Spirilla. Spirilla causes syphilis. All right. And syphilis is a sexually transmitted disease, but you can catch it through intercourse. A lot of people go undetected with syphilis. It can lie dormant in the bloodstream for many, many years. And it's one of those scary things that you don't want to think about. All right. What is a boil? Let me ask you that. Somebody knows what a boil is. Give me the example of a boil. If you've ever had one, you know what it is and how painful it is. But what is a boil? Because some of our newer students may not be as versed, or what is a boil? Somebody give me just a sweet little cute definition, if there's one out there, the simplified definition of what a boil is. McD says a fluid-filled sac on the surface of the skin. All right. Okay. But it's that fluid is what? Pus filled. Yes. It's an abscess full of pus and fluid. Very good. Pus filled sac. Important that you guys remember pus, because pus is also known in our terminology as morbid matter. It's bacteria with skin cells and oil and all of this nasty stuff that entraps under the skin. The difference between a boil and a pimple is a boil actually goes a little bit further down into the layers of the skin, and it's caused by an infected hair follicle. So if someone already has an infected hair follicle, you give them a haircut or a shampoo, you've got bacteria under your nails because you're not the cleanest person in the room, and you scrub that scalp. Guess what's going to happen to that already infected area? It's going to become a boil. And usually, what happens when you have like folliculitis or ingrown hair, you have to remove that hair because sometimes that can be the cause of it. But yes, boil is actually pus filled. Fluid filled would be more like a blister, but pus is like a cloudy white liquid, whereas fluid is a clear liquid. And another thing you might want to look for if you've got a rash or if something happens to one of your kids and you don't know how to identify it, there is a bacteria out there. I forget the name of it, but it's a type of staph. It's called scalded skin. And what scalded skin is, it's a bacterium that produces like this an exfoliative uh, toxin. So what it does is it makes your skin appear that someone threw hot water on you. If you've ever been burned or seen somebody who's had a hot water or scalded burn, that's what the skin looks like. And it blisters and it peels and it itches. But it is a condition that's caused by bacteria and it's spread. So everywhere you scratch and you scratch somewhere else, it's going to spread to that area of the body. And that's just one of those things that we like to remind you of and warn you about, because sometimes people don't realize that just not washing your hands. A lot of kids get impetigo. I got it as a kid playing outside, playing with my pets. It's a skin infection, usually like around the mouth and nose. It happens to little kids and babies. Usually can be cured by an antibiotic. Sometimes you'll have to have it diagnosed. But if you see any type of rash that you cannot recognize, don't just ignore it. It could be some kind of bacterial infection that you have that has introduced itself to your skin. Okay. All righty. Let me ask you this question. How is swimmer's ear or otitis media? How do you get swimmer's ear? Those of you that like the water can probably tell me a little bit about swimmer's ear. It's very painful. How is it contracted? How do you get swimmer's ear? It's called otitis media. Dirty water. All right, Jessica Cardenas. Yes, dirty water. Bacteria in the water. She's correct. Gets trapped in the ear. Okay, then attaches itself to the middle of the ear. It can cause lots and lots and lots of pain. All right, bacteria and contaminated water. Yes, and the technical term for that is otitis, Otitis media, media. It is also called swimmer's ear. Jessica says, my daughter had it. It wasn't fun. She was in pain for days. Yes, it is very painful. It really is. And you have to treat it immediately. Can't just let it grow and get terrible. All right. Well, I'm almost done with you guys. All right, next question. What is infection control? Definition of infection control. Infection control. We use it every day in our daily lives. What is infection control? Something we have to practice. Teach our kids to practice. Teach your little ones too. because they like being in the water at that age anyway, but teach them how to sing the alphabet when they wash their hands. But what is infection control? Yes, washing hands, hand washing, okay? But the definition though, it's more than just washing hands. How do you control bacteria on a surface? How do you control bacteria on your implements? Okay, Chloe says stopping the spread of bacteria. Yep, very good. Molly says hand washing. First line of defense in infection control. Alexis McDougall says sanitize, wash hands, wash implements, everything. Yes. Victoria Pierce, containing, reducing, and eradicating contagious bacteria. You go, girl. She got her technical terms. Yes. Okay. Infection control are the methods we use to eliminate or reduce the transmission of infectious organisms. So that's the technical term, to eliminate or reduce the transmission of infectious organisms. That means on our implements, on our hands, on a surface. If someone lays down for a facial, you know that you have to sanitize that area. You have to sanitize that bed, replace the linen, do everything you can to curb the transmission of infectious organisms. All right. Okay, let's talk about hand washing. Since y'all want to do the hand washing. Hand washing. Let's go through the steps and then I'll let you guys go. I gave you guys steps. Let's try to do them in the order that I gave them to you. So, proper hand washing. Let me ask you this first. Minimum of how long? How should it be? Okay, Mary Helen has number 1, turn on the water. Yes. Okay. Very good. Pump the soap. 20 seconds, a minimum of 20 seconds. So the first step is to turn on the water. All right. Pump the soap in the palm of your hand is number 2. What's number 3? Rub hands together for at least 20 seconds. Till like somebody's giving you some money. And not just the palms. You actually want to make sure you get in the webbing of your fingers. Okay. All right. Rub hands together all over 20 seconds. Then what? What are you going to do? Lather that soap. Make sure your hands are just covered in lather everywhere. What's after that? Rub-a-dub-dub. Okay, hands underwater. You're going to rinse those hands thoroughly. All right. And I would use warm water. If there's cold water and that's all you have, then use that. But warm water works well and helps with the lather. Then you want to do what? Take a clean, disposable paper towel to dry hands. If you have someone who has a towel that's hanging in the bathroom, don't use that towel. It's better that you just don't use the towel. Okay? Use your paper towel to dry. Reason why you want a paper towel, it's disposable. Once you dry your hands with that clean paper towel, what are you going to do? You're going to use that same paper towel and you're going to turn off the water with it. All right. You're not going to touch with your clean, freshly sanitized hands, turn off that water. And then what I also recommend is use that same paper towel before you discard it is to open the door. Because usually on the back of the door handle is where you'll find a lot of germs. Okay. And then you throw your paper towel away. And make sure you dispose of it. Don't keep it in your pocket. I've known people who will use a tissue, blow their nose, and stick it back in their pocket. Yeah. Also, your face masks, you know the rule. Those are disposable. The ones that are disposable, not the cloth ones. The cloth ones, you're supposed to be washing them or changing them out daily because sometimes bacteria can get caught in the mask. And if you lay it down somewhere, it can spread. If you have the disposable masks, that's great. Just make sure that you're not reusing the same mask over and over and over and over, or you're not sharing your mask with other people, especially your family. I know it's real easy to say, oh, let me just borrow your mask. Don't do that. That's going to be aiding in the transmission of any kind of bacteria that's found in those masks. All right. quick reminder, those of you that are going back to school, that are going to be taking clients and working on the public, make sure not to be shy about having your clients wear a mask. I realize that there are people out there who feel like it's their God-given right as Americans not to have to wear their mask, but you got to think of yourself and all the people that you are protecting at home. So make sure that you kindly ask all clients to wear a mask. If they refuse, just ask one of your instructors to talk to that person, or you can politely just say, look, as soon as you get in your car, you can take it off. But right now, while I'm servicing you, it's imperative that you wear a mask. Also, those of you that are south, I have extra masks. If you don't have any, or if you've run out, or your mask is dirty and you haven't washed it, feel free to ask for masks. There's nothing wrong with that. A lot of places will have masks for the clients. If you don't have a mask, if you do, if you have somebody, Kayla, you'll be back June 16th. Girl, I need you. We got so many appointments, Kayla, hurry. Okay. So that's something that we're just kind of doing trial by fire. We've only had like a couple of people that get a little irritated with us, but for the most part, people understand that it is important. I'm not sure, Jessica. I will ask Katie if she still sells the masks. I know she makes a bunch of them. Yes. And again, always ask because we have extra masks for you guys. All right. So it is 3:56. I know you probably are getting ready for dinner and getting those kids ready for lessons or cleaning. Right now, my two wonderful little niece and nephews, this is their playtime outside because they finished their homework by now. So it's kind of the means to an end. Once they get all of their lessons done, they get to go outside and play, which I'm going to go and enjoy. It looks like it's going to rain. Hopefully it does. My palm trees are loving this weather. I have had such a wonderful time on live. Hopefully I'll get to see you guys soon in person. And if you do plan on coming back to the school sometime in the future, just know that we are taking all precautions to make sure you guys are safe, and we are disinfecting everything and trying our best to get along with our lives, not as usual, but our lives as they are now. So what I'm going to do is give you guys these last couple minutes to time out. Yes, Monica, your assignments, that's all that's due. The notes, you just keep your notes, but the assignments that came in your email, please make sure to turn those in. Yes, you guys, you have a wonderful day too. Bye, Demaya. Bye, Mary Helen. Bye, Stephanie, Reagan, Taylor, Kayla. Miss you guys. Victoria, Chloe, Molly Roberts. Yes, yes, yes. Our times go by fast. This is so awesome. I know, it's just great. I really, really appreciate your participation. If you didn't get the notes again, don't sweat it. Just rewind these lives, go back, get the notes, pause, write them down. Keep a notebook, you guys, because this is going to be information that's going to be very, very important to you, especially if you plan on taking the written part of your state board anytime soon, or even if you're not taking the written, it's just good information to have. Make sure you wash those hands often, daily, every time you touch a surface. Wear gloves. Even before you put on gloves, wash your hands. And stay safe and safer at home. Bye, you guys.